small version, reduced version of In Scena. But the show you're about to see tonight is a real treat. I'm going to tell you something about the book it is based on, and then Laura is going to tell you something more specific about the performance that is based on this book. First of all, I have to say that a few years ago, my friend Maestro Salvatore Montisanti, who is there, stormed into my office and told me, Stefano, you absolutely must read this book. And he gave me this book, put it on my table, I opened it, and there it was a book with such a concentration of words and fonts and characters with no spaces. And every word was separated from the other with a semicolon. And that's what Terra Matta was like. Terra Matta was this diary, memoir, call it as you wish, written by a self-defined, illiterate Sicilian peasant that somehow managed actually to read and to write. And with a Olivetti typewriter, started writing his memories of his entire life. So we're talking about thousands of copies. And then these manuscripts saw different misadventures. Of course, the wife wanted to burn it. Does it surprise you? It didn't surprise me a bit. But one of the sons decided to keep it, and then eventually they donated the material, the manuscript and other writings by this wonderful author, who will become a wonderful author, Vincenzo Rabito, to the National Diary Archive in Pieve di Santo Stefano. I just want you to remember this name, the National Diary Archive, because there is a great article in the New York Times of 2 years ago where it tells the story of this place. So in this small town in Tuscany, the city, the municipality decided to open this archive welcoming diaries, letters of common people, not the great writers, not the great characters of history, but common people, everyday people can donate their written material to this archive. And every year, the archive itself organizes a sort of a prize among all the entries that they receive. And of course, when they saw Terra Matta, the manuscript by Vincenzo Rabito, they were all shocked by the incredible power of these writing, despite the fact that there are no spaces between words. And immediately it became a sensation. Normally, the book that wins the publication, and they publish some 3,000 copies when they're lucky. And immediately after the publication, Rabito's book sold more than 40,000 copies, receiving the accolades of people like Vincenzo Consolo and Camilleri that were surprised, amazed, and enthusiastic about this book. It's a book about pain, about suffering, about struggle, about war. And it's a book that is written also in a language that is not completely Sicilian and not completely Italian. No worries, we're going to have subtitles, supertitles in English for everybody, even for me, that would have some problem understanding Sicilian. And so that's the story of Terra Matta, of these sort of miraculous literary phenomenon that took place in Italy, in a small town near Ragusa. Salvatore, ricordami come si chiama?
Chiaramonte Gulfi.
Where Vincenzo Rabito lived and wrote these texts. Now I've done my little part as the teacher that I am, and now I would like to ask Laura to come. As you know, Laura Caparrotti is the director of KIT, Kairos Italy Theater. Our theater company in residence, and she's also the director and co-founder of In Scena d'Italian Theater Festival in New York. And I leave to Laura to tell you something about the show, the performance that you're going to see tonight, and the wonderful artist that has conceived it and is going to perform it. Laura Caparrotti.
Very briefly, because actually Stefano Panzeri is going to talk to you after the show. Just to let you, he adapted, of course, the show. The show runs only 45 minutes. 1,027 pages are not 45 minutes, as you can imagine. And also he has a project called Oltreoceano, and he's going to talk to you about the project because it's very interesting and it concerns all of us, really. It welcomes all of us and recognizes our stories of people who, I say our because it's also mine after so many years, people who travel overseas and decided to make their lives somewhere else. One thing I want to tell you, there are seats over here, or if you go on the other side there, trying to drive traffic. So in China now has 2 editions. The main edition in May,